بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الأمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Today we're with grade 6. We're going to revise what we have learned during this week in grammar, which was an easy lesson for everyone. Here I have to say that I'm glad to teach you all. I'm going to mention you all: Abdul Aziz, Khalid, Nawaf, Mish'al, Isa, Yahya, Tariq. I have 8 students. The 8th is, of course, it's one of the leaders, Ghassan Al-Jhani. So all of you, please pay attention to teacher. It's too important. I'm going to revise it with you. It's too easy, I swear to God. So here, as you can see, our lesson was about the tenses. Why am I here? I have to go back. Yes. So we have asked this question, these questions, and all of you, I think it's one question, this question, and all of you, you have answered it in a correct way. So what's wrong with these sentences? Yesterday I played football. Of course it's easy. The tense is wrong. Because play in the simple past, because it's obvious that it's the simple past tense, I have the keyword yesterday, okay? Play in the simple past is going to be played. I'm going to add ed because it's a regular verb which follows the rule, which is to make a verb in the simple past, you have to add ed, not with all the verbs. We have a lot of irregular verbs. So tomorrow, which is a keyword for the future tense, I went to the zoo. Wrong. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the zoo. I'm going to the zoo. I will go to the zoo. Now the question that a lot of you asked teacher Malik about was, teacher, what's the difference between will and going to? Okay, and I have said that if you're going to use going to, it means that you have planned to do that thing. Okay, and if you're going to use will, you didn't plan to do that thing. It was by surprise. Examples: I'm sitting now in my house and I am planning with my wife to go to Dammam, for example, okay? And Ghassan asks me, teacher, what are you going to do next week? And I'm going to answer, I'm going to Dammam with my wife because I have planned to do that activity, or it was my plan to go to Dammam next week. Okay, you see? So I'm going to use I'm going to go to Dammam, or I'm going to Dammam next week. So we use going to in planned future. Now let's go back to will. I'm sitting now in my house with my wife, and suddenly the bell rings. Okay, she stands up, and I'm not paying attention to her, and she's going towards the door. And I was like, where are you going? She's going to say, I will open the door, because she didn't plan to open the door. She was not planning. In 10 seconds, the bell is going to ring and I'm going to open the door. No, she didn't. It was by surprise, okay? Someone is ringing the bell and she's going to open the door. Now that's the difference between using will and using going to. Now I remember that one of you asked me, teacher, what if I'm going to use going to instead of will and will instead of going to? I'm going to be honest with you. In the United States of America, it's not a problem. Okay? In Australia even, it's not a problem. In South Africa, it's not a problem. Okay? But in Britain, I'm sure with the British people, it's a problem. Okay? Because they are so strict with using their language. So if you're going to give him an impression that you have planned to do something, use going to. If you want to give him the impression that you didn't plan to do that thing, just use will. It's like that. It's too easy, okay? So the simple, I'm so sorry. Will in the negative form is going to be will not, but the short form is a problem for everyone. It's not want with W-A-N-T. It's W-O-N apostrophe T. I won't open the door. I won't. That's the meaning of will not, okay? It's not want with W-A-N-T. Now pay attention to this one. I help my mother every day. So every day, it's a repeated action. So something which is repeating itself every day, it's gonna use what? The simple present tense, okay? So with general truths, with repeated actions, okay, with the keywords, just like always, sometimes, often. You're going to use the simple present tense. Here I have a problem. I helped my mother every day. No, it's I help my mother every day because it's the simple present tense. You can see here, yesterday I played football. Tomorrow I'm going to the zoo. I help my mother every day, of course. So past, future, and present, of course, those are the three tenses in English. Not only them, okay, but we have to stick to those main tenses, okay, the three like heroes, the three biggest tenses, okay. So what I want you to do is to pay attention to the irregular verbs in the simple past tense. For example, here I'm going to use the example of the verb to run. Write sentences in the past, present, and future tense. We have done this together. In the simple past, yesterday I ran a mile. Of course, here you can see that run in the simple past is gonna be with an A, not with a U. Okay. Yesterday I ran a mile. In the simple present, of course, he runs a mile every day. Of course, we're going to pay attention to the subject-verb agreement. You have to add an S with he, she, and it in the simple present tense with the regular verbs, or I run a mile every day. Then we're going to move on to the future. Tomorrow I will run a mile. I think here that he has planned to run a mile tomorrow. So I think it's better to say tomorrow I'm going to run a mile. Now that was an irregular verb in the simple past tense, and here we have play, which is a regular verb in the simple past tense. What are we going to do in the simple past? We're going just to add ed. Yesterday I played football, of course. Here I play football every Saturday. Subject verb agreement here with I. We don't add anything to the verb in the simple present tense. Then here we have tomorrow I will play football. Of course, I always have a feeling that whenever he is planning to do something, I think that he has to use the going to, okay, which means tomorrow I'm going to play football. I think it was an easy lesson, and all of you have said that. Thank you so much. It was an honor. See you tomorrow, God willing. Goodbye.